Shalom, Israel. We are the ISUPK, come out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Command and General Yohana. And since 1969, we've been letting the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians know. We've been hitting the streets and letting them know and giving them their true identity back, which is the true Israelites, the Jews, the Israelites of antiquity that is in the King James Version Bible. And today we are on part 6 of Esau kept his word. And this is this is very important for blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians to know why. Because if we know who we are in the Bible, we know who they are in the Bible. In fact, every people on the planet Earth has their name. Like for instance, the Chinese are not the Chinese. God did not name them the Chinese. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob did not name those people in the land called China Chinese. They are Moab. A man named Moab had sons, whose sons had sons, whose sons had sons, and they are the people of Moab. Same thing with Japanese people. They are not the Japanese. A man named Ammon had kids. He had sons who had sons who had sons, and they are the Ammonites, Salakia. Same thing with Ishmaelites. They are not Arabs, Salakia. Those are not Arabics. Those are Ishmaelites. So on and so forth. As when it comes to blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians, you understand? They call us Negroid, Negro, West Indian, Haitian, Slovakia, Puerto Rican, Colombian, you understand? These are blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. We are the children of Israel. You understand? 12 tribes of Israel. And then North American Indians, those are called the people of Gad. You know what I'm saying? Those are the people of the tribe Gadites. From who? From a man named Jacob who had a son named Gad. And Gad had sons who had sons who had sons. And those are the tribes of Gad. Those are his kids. Same thing for the American, the African American. Understand? The Negro. A man named Judah who had sons who had sons who had sons who had sons who became a tribe known as the tribe of Judah. You know what I mean, so on and so on for the 12 tribes of Israel, so on and so on for all the nations of the world. They are the name of their father who was born. You understand? And this is very important because if we know who we are, we have to know who our enemy is. And our main enemy is Esau, the European man, because he's the man who is oppressing us the most. You understand? All the other heathen nations are our enemy. You understand? Like a lion, he'll go to war with a jaguar, or he'll go to war with a wildebeest. But the lion's main enemy is the hyena. You understand? I don't want to resort Israel to a mongoose, but the mongoose main enemy is the snake. You know what I'm saying? He's our main enemy, our arch villain. There's these people, Esau, Edomites, Europeans, you understand? And we have to know that because Esau has kept his word. He's kept his word since he came out the womb of his mother, all the way back then, and he's keeping his word now. His word now. And you see it. You see when you turn on the news and you read how there's a massacre of some European kid, oppressor who has an assault rifle and he's going on genocide, killing our people. You understand? You even see where there's an article where you have these members of the Slovakia of the Oath Keepers they infiltrated America's they've infiltrated a lot of infrastructures in America, such as cops, lawyers, doctors. These are people who will join a so-called white supremacist group. You understand? It's no joke. White supremacy is still here. Racism is still here. But that's them keeping their promise where they keep us down, they keep us out from succeeding or living. You understand? They keep a knee on our neck. And we have to understand who Esau is. Esau is our enemy. Esau hates us. You know what I'm saying? Like he said in the book of Genesis, chapter 27, verse 41. I'm paraphrasing where Esau said he will slay his brother Jacob. And he's been doing that since day one. We have to get wise as blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians and come back to these scriptures in these Bible because you want to understand why. That's how we're supposed to live. The King James Version Bible is how we're supposed to live. It's our constitution. It's our guidebook. It's our history book. It's the way how you treat it's the way how we taught to treat our brothers and sisters. It's like it. It's the way how we go about conducting business with each other. It's the way how we go about and how to deal with the heathens, our enemies, our oppressor. You know what I'm saying? These nations who want us dead. It's nothing to sugarcoat. It's nothing to go about. These heathen nations don't want us to strive, and especially Esau. And that's going to be a good example of how Esau, how he feels about us, and how he feels about us. Right, Salakia. If we go to the book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, verse 5, and it says, because Salakia, thou hast had a perpetual hatred. You understand? And you can, like I said, you can just turn on the news MSNBC, you understand? Or you could turn on the Black Watch with Commander Jimmy Hunter and other heavy hitters, other generals, and you listen. Listen, pull up articles how the oppressor is doing all types of wickedness against God's chosen people, blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. You understand? How he's killing us with either the bullet or the pen. You understand? It's both wicked, and sometimes I think the pen is worse. How they create new laws or new legislators. You know what I'm saying, to keep us down where we can't get that government grant, or we can't. It'll be harder for us to get a bank loan or to own a house or even fix our credit. You understand? This is how much he hates us. You understand? It reads again, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred for us, and you see it. America's history, how the chosen children of Israel and the oppressor, the European man, American history shows it. That's why all these people, what's it called, critical race theory? That's why they come up with a thing called critical race theory, because they don't want us to know. They don't want us to know in the U.S. history books that documents America. You understand? America is big. America's big because of the blood, the bones, the sweat, and the tears of free labor, black Hispanics, and Native American Indians, God's chosen people, the free labor they had of our enslavement. You understand? They want that out their history books in America. You understand? They don't want the next generation after me, my son's generation, to know that, hey, these people who are in charge, these people who are cops, who are lawyers right now in America, who are cops, lawyers, judges, you understand, your contractor. These people who are on top in society of America, they've had us enslaved. And the reason why they're ahead right now, because they had a 400-year head start, because they kept blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians who built this country called America down. They don't want my child to know that. They don't want your child to know that. Why? The book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, verse 5, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred for us. And that's hatred. That's hatred for Israel. That's hatred towards Israel that Esau has to us. That these Edomites have towards us. You understand? I'm paraphrasing scriptures, but the book of Psalms, chapter 83, says, let's cut them off being a nation. Let Israel no longer be a remembrance. And that's something they're doing. That's something that's being done right now, because the grace of God and the merciful God, He's given us Command and Journey Hana and the ISUPK, so we won't forget. So we will have our culture back, take our culture back. I mean, it's like the scriptures say, in the last days we'll be calling the Most High God's name, and His name is Yahweh in the Hebrew. It's not Yahweh, it's not Jah, it is not God. His name is Yahweh in the Hebrew. We are in these last days, because you know why? We got that knowledge thanks to Command and Journey Hana and the ISUPK. Barakatah Yahweh Yahweh Shah for that. You understand? And that's how you know we're God's chosen people. That's how you know we're God's chosen people. The scripture said, Slock, the scripture said an identity marker for God's chosen people is these last days. You see how people can run amok. You know what I'm saying? We'll be cast in slavery. You know what I'm saying? We'll be called by bywords. You understand? We'll be running amok. We'll be destroyed for lack of knowledge. And you know what it is. Every time we go to camp, we see our people destroyed and desolate. You understand? Not knowing what's going on, thinking everything's good, thinking that the one the world coalition is real. You understand? And that's the spell. You know what I'm saying? The witchcraft of Christianity. You know what I'm saying? Christianity is the belief of the world. But Christianity just makes you a slave. Christianity makes you a better slave and more adoptive to what the oppressor has going for you. You ever watch some old slave movies? Yes, boss. Yes, boss. You know what I'm saying? Boss hungry. We hungry, boss. I feel sick. I'm sick, boss. You wanna be underneath him, because Christianity makes you that docile. Christianity makes you that weak. Christianity makes you that weak of a man. And the reason why it's like that is because the oppressor's made you like that. He's happy to see you docile. He's happy to see you weak. You know why? It's lucky. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred. It's luck. You know what I'm saying? Let's finish the verse. And has shed the blood of the children of Israel by force of the sword. You understand? And back in the day, he had the sword. He had the sword every time they came and pillaged Jerusalem and Israel. When they, you know what I'm saying, every time they came into Israel. On that time, Salaki in 70 AD, when Rome finally sacked Israel. You know what I'm saying? When Christ gave the warning to his people that on the day there's going to be a great pillage, Salakia. And those are the Romans, those were Edomites. They came in and they sacked us with swords. Now the sword is the gun. The sword is the gun, and they come up with a lie with these police officers saying, I fear for my life. How do you fear for life? You have a Glock 9mm or goddamn Beretta, or whatever the name of the goddamn gun inside of him. How do you fear for your life? A black, Hispanic, Native American, Indian man, you have right there, you have them pulled over. You tell him to reach for his ID. You understand? And as he reach, you just pull out your thing and blam, shoot him. You shed the blood of innocence. You know what I'm saying? You shed the blood of the blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. You shed the blood of God's power, the children. You understand? The Prince of Power. I mean, it's a lie. That sword back then is the gun now. You understand? It reads against Salakia. And thou hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by force of the sword. And that's what he's done. By the force of the gun today, he has shed the blood of Israel. You understand? You understand? Again, I keep mentioning that brother who got shot over 91 times and got hit 60 times. There's no need for that. There's a need for all cops to unload their magazine or their clip of the ammunition on a black Hispanic Native American Indian. But like we read in the beginning of the scripture, they have a perpetual hate for us. And this is Esau keeping his word. From back in the day when Esau said, I will slay Jacob. I hate him. You understand? And this is the promise he's kept today. Let's keep reading the scriptures. Salakia. In the time of their calamity. And that's how it is right now in the time of our calamity. You look up blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians today, right now in North America and in North America and Central America, the Caribbean America, and South America, understand? We are destroyed. You understand? We are in calamity. You understand? We were so much in calamity, we have to rely on the same people who are destroying us to survive. That's calamity. We have to go to them for food. We have to go to them for shelter. We have to go to them for food. We have to go to them for education. We have to go to them for health. We have to go to them for clothing. We are in calamity. We are destroyed. You understand? And in the way of our destruction, he's killing us. As we go to him, he's killing us. You understand? And in our calamity and our desolation, he's killing us. He's picking us off. It's like crabs in a barrel. Even though it's an unlawful creature to eat, but that's exactly what it is. In our calamity, he's killing us. And he doesn't care. You know why? Because he has perpetual hatred against the children of Israel. Esau has kept his word. And it's time for blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians to wise up. To wise up and come to the law, statute, commandments of God, and to come back to your culture. Come back to your constitution. Come back to the way you're supposed to live in this world. You know what I mean? Come back to your birthright. You understand? Come back to the same birthright that Esau lied about in the book of Genesis. You understand? Come back to that. Because that's the only thing that's going to save you if you rely on the Most High God. How long we been here in America trying to fight? Trying to fight our way out of oppression. Marching doesn't work. We tried everything. We tried everything as far as with Slovakia, with Marcus Garvey. He tried. He tried. But he was a Christian and he failed. You understand? The Nation of Islam tried. You know what I'm saying? You took the ways of a heathen nation. You tried and you failed. You understand? We tried with the Black Panthers. You know what I'm saying? It was going good. We have food programs, militant. You understand? But brothers wanted to have white women, wanted to go with white women, and then the drugs came in, and then the government had they infiltrated with spies. You understand? And you can look all this up, and the Black Panthers failed. So let's not. So why not? We study history and find out who we are. We find out who we are and who they are. We look in the Bible that there's a people that hate God's chosen children. There's a people that hates Israel. And there's a certain way they look, and there's a certain thing to do, and there's a certain spirit they have. You connect that with today. And then you look at the people who God's chosen people is, and you look at them who they are, and then you come upon the Bible, you read these people are cursed. You read these curses. You read these curses in the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, and you realize you link up that only matches who? That match blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. It matches it matches the Jamaicans. It matches the Trinidadian people. It matches the Cubans. You understand? It matches the people of Brazil. It matches the people of Venezuela who are forced to leave their land. Went to Texas, and Texas say, no, send them up there to them Yankees in New York. They're out here. They're in New York. You understand? But pray for them. You know what I'm saying? Because we are cursed people, and you can't escape it, and you can't slock it. You cannot escape these curses. Because you know why? We're God's chosen children. And the only way we get off these curses get lifted off us, if we turn back to the Most High God. If we repent to them, if we repent our wicked way from our wicked ways, if we turn our backs towards evil and turn back into the Most High God. You understand? And the crazy thing is, we cry, we want God to answer us. Slocky. We want the most as a people in the world, as Israel in the world, all of us together. We want God to answer us. We cry and we pray. You understand? If you read the scriptures, a sinner's prayer don't get answered. It gets ignored. You understand? That's God talking to you right now. I'm ignoring you. I'm ignoring you till you stop sinning. And then once you stop sinning, you realize that God is talking to you. He's talking to you through these scriptures right here. Through this King James Version Bible. In the Apocrypha, you understand? He's been talking to you. He's giving you his ways, his laws, and statutes, commandments. He's giving you his only begotten son. He killed him in front of you. And that blood has to be paid back. That debt is owed. If you're black, Hispanic, Native American, Indian, you owe the Most High God. That debt has to be paid because he killed his best man, his great soldier, a man who fulfilled the mission. And when he come back, it's on. Who's been following? Who's been doing their homework? Who's been a brother to their people? Who's been advocating and fighting for their people? Who's became the law, statute, commandments of the Most High God? Who's died in this truth? You know what I'm saying? Who didn't compromise and then who did compromise, you understand? All that's going to be accounted to when Christ returns, you understand? So as black, Hispanics, Native American Indians, it means everything to know who you are, who you are as a people, because it means something, man. It means everything. And the heathens, these heathen people, these other nation people, they know this. And especially Esau. Especially Esau, who has a perpetual hatred for you. And so let's go back to these scriptures. Salakia. By the force, Salakia, by force of the sword, and the time of their calamity, and the time of their iniquity had ended. At this time right now, Israel, their iniquity ended. You know what I'm saying? And this is why the Most High God hates Esau. He hates Esau. When you go to the book of Romans, chapter 13, chapter 9, verse 13, for Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. You understand? As it's written, Salakia. This is one of the reasons why, because they're not sinning no more. It says right here, Salakia, in the time the iniquity have ended. So that means the whole nation of Israel stopped sinning. Whatever it may be, eating unclean food, being homosexual, taking up the ways of heathens, being murderers, thieves, whatever transgression, whatever sin the nation of Israel was guilty of, they repented. And Esau still went after them. Esau still chased us with a sword. Esau still kept that perpetual hatred. As it is then, as it is now. You understand? You understand, no matter what. No matter what. In our iniquity, out of our iniquity, Esau's gonna hate you, so-called black man, Hispanic man, Native American man. He's keeping his word. His daddy, that British man, that Europe, that American, that white, that good old white American. You understand? He hates you, so-called black man, Hispanic man, Native American man. He hates you all the way down there in Colombia. He hates you all the way down there in Barbados. He hates you over there in Haiti. You understand? He hates you. You Ruinite Indians who were in Florida and had to cross all the way to Oklahoma. He hates you. You understand? And you have to understand who the hell you are. You have to come back to your culture, man. Come back to your identity. Come back to who you really are. And that is the Prince of Power, Lasher. You understand? An Israelite. You understand? This is who you are. You know what I'm saying? You going through a lot. We're going through a lot. These curses is a marker. You know what I'm saying? Is the identity marker. Because nobody else in the planet, nobody else on earth goes through this and survives. Black people are number one incarcerated. Black people are number one in the crime rate as far as gun violence. Black people are number one for diseases, you know what I mean? High blood pressure, cancer, HIV, AIDS, whatever it is. We're number one for everything bad to happen to us. It's not the European man. It's not the Asian man. It's not the Japanese man. It's not the Arabic. Not the African. Only you, so-called black and Hispanic man, Native American man. Because we know who we are. We're Israelites. And you have to know who Esau is and how he's keeping his word. How he's keeping his word. Because it is detrimental to you. It's detrimental to you because you know who you are, who they are. They're on one side of the spectrum, and they're on the other side of the spectrum. On the spectrum, you understand? And that side you're supposed to be on is glorious. You understand? The promise comes to you. The promise of the kingdom of Israel, the kingdom of heaven goes to you, so-called black man, Hispanic man, Native American man, and all you gotta do is follow these laws, statutes, commandments. All you gotta do, you understand? But let's continue the scriptures. Understand? Let's go to the book of Lamentations. Salaki. Let's go to the book of Lamentations, chapter 5. Salaki, chapter 5, verse 5. Our necks under prosecution, because we're always constantly in prosecution in North America, no matter what it is. No matter what it is. No matter what, if you're a brother lost in the world, you know what I'm saying, lost in the world, you're under prosecution. And you even have the appearance of being so-called a criminal. They're going to, prosecute you, whether it be the minimum way where you're going. Why are you here? Why are you in this neighborhood? You understand? You go to BJ's, and like, do you have a BJ's card? I'm pretty sure you see these videos where they call Karen, they're following a black man. Like I'm saying, these people deputize themselves. A regular civilian Edomite woman or man will deputize themselves to see what you're doing. You know what that sounds like? That sounds like slavery. You know what I'm saying? Where you do what you doing here, boy? You got your papers? You know what I'm saying? When they say make America great again, that's what they want. They want to go back to those times where you had to laugh in a laughing box. You understand? Where you couldn't read the word of God even though it belonged to you. You couldn't do that. You understand? You had to look down when you're talking to an oppressor. They want those days back. Those days back. When you see a MAGA hat, it's like a MAGA hat. That's what they want. That's exactly what they want. And you as a black and Hispanic Native American man, you have to understand. I read again. Our necks are under prosecution. We're always under prosecution, no matter what. Even we're in the courts. You know what I'm saying? We do sin. There's no doubt about it. Blacks, Hispanics, Native American, we are sinners. We have iniquity. We transgress. That's why these curses are on us. But when they see us in this courtroom, it's a field day. They want to throw football numbers on you. You understand? We got brothers right now, sisters still in jail for football numbers over drugs. Drugs we didn't bring in this country. You know what I'm saying? That's thanks to good old Ronald Reagan. You know what I'm saying? That goddamn devil. You understand? Good thanks to him because we don't own the ports. We don't own the planes. You understand? But no one says no when Italian mafiosos, whatever, the wise guys, when they sell their heroin. You understand? It's only a problem. It's so funny. We have heroin running rampant in the black community. You understand? For years and years and decades, you know what I'm saying, dying off of that. Families ruined off of that. But it's only a war on drugs when it gets to their neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? But they don't crack it down on who has the heroin in their neighborhoods. It's there fine and dandy till the heat go down. You know what they go to? They go to the slums. They go to the impoverished people where the heroin's being circulated amongst us. They don't find out who killed where little Susie got that heroin from. You know, even though it's Cody down the road, they want to go knock on Jerome's door who sell heroin to his own people, and it's wrong. It's all wrong. It's all wrong. But the point is, they come to us. You know what I'm saying? Somebody stubs they toe in the white neighborhood, they come mess with us. You know what I'm saying? That's how they are. Because you know why? It's Salakia. It reads in the book of Lamentations, chapter 5, verse 5, our necks are under prosecution. Our labors, Slakia, we labor. You understand? Even though our necks are under prosecution, we labor. And you can go over and you equate that if you go back to slavery when we was slaves in Egypt for over 40 years. You understand? We labor for these people because we built this country. We built America. You understand? We built North America. Even when Issachar brothers were enslaved in their own land, the Gadite brothers, the Asherite brothers. You know what I'm saying? Our brothers and sisters of the 12 tribes of Israel who were enslaved in their own land by the conquistador. They built those regions up. You understand? They built Mexico. You know what I'm saying? They built all the popular all the how you would say the modern Brazil, the modern Mexico, whatever. Because they was enslaved. We was enslaved. You understand? We labor for our oppressor, wherever we were enslaved at. We labor. I'm saying we get no restitution for that. We get no we don't even get recognition for that. You understand? Wall Street is built on the bones of slaves. Bones. You understand? Built on the bones of slaves. Built on the bones of the slave block, slavery. You understand? America don't slock you. How can I say this? Don't doubt that America still has slavery. Like slavery was is something taken lightly, and in the history books they barely scratched the surface. It was free labor. You understand? You don't got to pay nobody for over 400 years. Once Black, Spanish, Native American Indians wake up and realize who we have an enemy, who our enemy who carries the same spirit as the Egyptians, the Babylonians, and Sodom and Gomorrah, we have to understand who these people are. We have to understand who these people are, and they are trying to destroy us, whether it be by the sword, which is the gun, or by the ink iron, which is the pen. You understand? And the only way to save us, to get us out of that hell, get us out of hell, these curses, is to come back to the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High God. You understand? Let's continue the scripture, Salakia. And we have no rest. We have no rest. We have no rest living to check, 3 jobs, trying to pay a damn light bill and put food in your damn refrigerator, pay the car note, you know what I'm saying? Pay the gas bill, keep the cable on. You understand? Put food on the table for your kids, you know what I'm saying? Make sure that, you know what I'm saying? We have no rest. We have no rest trying to survive at the same time trying to work for them. We have no rest. And if you have more than one job, you know, because in America, it's not a heaven for blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians right now. It's not. It's not a heaven. This is our hell. The ones living in heaven is who the people we're working for. You understand? The people who own Slovakia, who own Whole Foods, you understand? Who own CVS, who own Macy's, who hold JC Penney's, you understand? They're in heaven. And we work for them. We work for dimes, we work for the crumbs, you understand? And that's what it is in America. Understand that Esau wants us in this condition. Esau wants us begging to him as he's killing us at the same time. It's disgusting, man. But we have to wake up. We have to wake up and realize who these people are. That they have no good intentions for us. They have no well manner of thinking for us. You know what I mean? We have to understand there's no good Edomites. The only good Edomite is there giving a boot kiss. You understand? That's the only good Edomite. That's the only good Edomites there. Those who come to the brothers, come to the men of the Lord of the ISUPK and admit the wrongdoing of their nation. Admit the wrongdoing of the nation and they put their face towards the ground and kiss our boots. Those are only damn decent Edomites, you understand? Shoot. In the kingdom they could be the overseer. You know what I mean? The overseer, they don't be, you understand? So lucky, you know how in them slave movies you got that one Uncle Tom. I just got to talk about that one Uncle Tom brother. Yes, balls, yes, balls. Ones who kiss our boots, I could be that. That's mercy. Understand? But let's continue. Salakia. Verse 6. We have given Salakia, we have given the hand to the Egyptian and to the Assyrian to satisfy with bread. You understand? Because we're always paying. We're always paying them to satisfy them with bread. You understand? Taxman come. You know what I'm saying? Bills gotta be paid. You know what I'm saying? Because at one point we were enslaved to the Assyrian and we were enslaved to the Egyptian. You know what I'm saying? America is Egypt. You know what I'm saying? We have to pay these taxes. We have to give money towards them. And you know what I'm saying? And they don't care. You know what I'm saying? They don't care. They don't care about us not one bit. Let's read the next verse. Lucky. Our fathers have sinned. You know what I'm saying? And this is why we're going through what we're going through right now, because of our forefathers. Our forefathers turned their back against the Most High God. Our forefathers have turned their back against the Most High God, and that's why we're going through the hells, we're going through the curses. You understand? Let's keep reading. Salakia. And they are not, and we have bore their iniquities. You understand? I just got done saying we bear their iniquities. You understand? Because the sin doesn't stop. Like if I sin, which I'm not sinning, you know what I'm saying? I'm a new man. I've killed the old man. Scriptures say you can't pour new wine to old bottles. You gotta get a new bottle. You gotta completely change yourself and continue to fight to keep that change and get better and elevate as you walk. As you come in this truth, you understand? You have to fight every day, every damn day, and no matter what. And the fight doesn't get easy. The fight won't get easy once when you get that oil dropped in your head. Get anointed. You understand? The fight will never be easy. You have to endure everything and gird up thy loins like the Most High God. Be a good soldier. Lose your house. Lose your woman. Lose your children. Lose an eye. Get crippled. Whatever it may be, the Most High God is going to give it to you. He wants to see how you're going to do it because the reward is great. The reward is glorious. You understand? Too many times we turn our back on the Most High God. You owe the Most High God. We owe the Most High God blood. We owe the Most High God our sweat. We owe the Most High God our tears because you know why? How many times have we let Him down? How many times have we let Him down to the point where I'm putting these curses on you? I'm going to unleash a beast on you. A beast who will not give a damn about you. Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy so we can get to that. Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28. 28, verse 15. Salakia. Bear with me, Israel. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 13. And it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God. This is Moses talking. This is Moses talking to the children of Israel. We just came out of Egypt. You understand? We Most High God destroyed Egypt. And it's been destroyed since. You know what I'm saying? It's been ruined. It's been destroyed. It's not what it is. But it's not what it is today. It's not what it was. You know why? The Most High God showed His face for His children. The Most High God showed His power for His children. The Most High God got vengeance for blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, for niggas, spics, and the red people, for the red man, for people unwanted, a nation not desired. He destroyed these heathens. He destroyed these Africans, these Hamites. Understand? And this is who Moses is talking to, the 12 tribes of Israel. You understand? And he's telling them, if you don't listen to the Most High God, if you don't hearken, if you don't take what he's saying seriously, Salakia, to observe and do all his commandments, statutes, which I command thee this day, understand? If you don't get to the book of life, because of the commandments and the statutes, the commandments of what to do, the commandments of what to not do, the statutes of the hold his life. The statutes is to hold his like what he is, his statue. You understand? To be a stand-up person, to be righteous. His statutes. You understand? What's right, what's wrong. If you don't do these commandments and stand up to what's righteous and what's wicked, you understand? As this is what Moses is telling the Lord shall tribes of Israel, the whole nation of Israel that just left at Egypt. You know what I'm saying? They just left Egypt, and the Most High God destroyed, and He'll do it again. The Most High God will destroy America, North America, Central America, South America, Caribbean America, wherever Israel is globally. Right now, being oppressed by a wicked heathen nation, he will destroy that nation for his 12 tribes, for blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians, all around the world, all around Earth. You understand? Only if we hearken to what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? Do his commandments and follow his statutes. He'll do it again. We just got to follow the Lord's statutes, commandments of God. Salakia. All these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Like I just got done saying, we are in this because of our forefathers. Because our forefathers did not want to listen. Right here, as soon as we got to Egypt, he laid it down. What the Most High God said, what Moses did. The scriptures say we are stiff-necked heavy, we are stiff-necked people. You know what I'm saying? Stone-hearted people. We don't listen. It's something in us. We don't listen. But at the same time, on the other side of the spectrum, we are great. We are the best. You understand? We are the best. There's no one better than blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. The best dancers, the best intellect, the best at being ingenuity. You understand? The best fighters. You know what I'm saying? The best singers. We are the absolute best. The scriptures say, Christ says, we are the salt of the earth. You understand? I'm paraphrasing the scriptures. It's in the book of life. Only reason why that sun is here, right? It rises and shines, is because of the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, because of the Israelites. You understand? For the people not desired. The sun raises for niggas, spicks, and red people. You know what I mean? The red man. Savages. First Nation people. The only reason why it shines is for you, so-called black man. The so-called black man that America says is a criminal. You know what I'm saying? It's a thug. It's a drug dealer. You know what I'm saying? The so-called Hispanic man who said he's a sexual predator. You know what I'm saying? Who brings drugs in this country. They ruin this country. The so-called Native American man who says he's a savage. He doesn't know nothing. All he wants to do is drink. And you put him on reservations and you push him back out of the reservations. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why the sun raises. You understand? For us. But at the same time, we turn our back to the Most High God. And that's why we have this beast on our neck. These curses fall upon us. You understand? You know what I'm saying? It's a curse. And then let's go to the book of let's go to verse 48, Salakia. And it reads, the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 48. Therefore thou shalt serve thy enemies, you understand? Which and the Lord shall send against thee, and that's us. The same people we serve in these big corporations and in the same corporate America, or even small America in Walmart or Target, or working for your local theater or whatever. It's an oppressor. You understand? We serve our enemies. If you had a 5-star restaurant and then you know they handpick the brother who can act what they think civilized is, you're a waiter for them. You know what I'm saying? Just to survive, get a paycheck. You understand? You're servicing Karen's car if you're a mechanic. You understand? If you're a janitor, you're in these schools and you gotta clean the damn toilet of these nasty ass Edomite children. You understand? We are we are at service to our oppressor, and this is a curse. The iniquity of our forefathers have fallen upon us, and we have to pay for that. You understand? And this is Esau. You think Esau cares? Esau knows. You know, he's in these scriptures. He's in all records. He knows. They know, like it says in the Apocrypha, I believe, in the book of Jude. I'm paraphrasing. It's lucky. I could be wrong. But in the Apocrypha, where the heathens, they know when we don't follow the Most High God, they can destroy us. They can easily take us. But when we do serve the Most High God, ignore us. Don't even attempt. Don't even look their way. You understand? Because we're doing everything by the book of life. We're following the law, statute, commandments. We're eating clean foods. We're celebrating the holidays. We have brotherly love. We love our people. You understand? Let's keep reading. The Lord shall sin against thee, and hunger. Like I said, we go to the oppressor. The same people who's killing us right now, who's lucky. The same people who are killing us right now. The same people who are hanging us right now. The same people who can't wait to pull the trigger, who can't wait to write a new law to keep you behind bars. Those same people who serve us, who are killing us, we go to them for food. We're in hunger. You understand? We don't own the grocery stores. We don't own Whole Foods. We don't own ShopRite. We don't own Stop and Shop. Wherever it is your local grocery store, whether it be a big market, a big market corporation that's food chain, or small mom and pop shop, we don't own that. We go to them for food. You know what I'm saying? We don't own the farms that grow the food and they get sent out. We don't own none of that. We go to the oppressive food. The same man who can't wait to kill you. The same man who doesn't even want you in the goddamn store. You understand? And in thirst, you understand, again, goes with food. We go to them for the water, for our drinks, for our beverages. You know what I'm saying? We need fluids in our system. What we 75, 78% water, we need that. But we don't own the so-called spring water, that's that Poland spring water or Fiji, whatever. Most of that water is tap water. If you watch Let It Be Known, Officer 1000, Yawala, he broke it down. It's tap water. You paying $5 for the same thing you turn on your goddamn kitchen. You know what I mean? But the point is, we go to them. Shit, if you got running water, you pay a bill for it, right? So you go to them regardless. You understand? We go to our oppressor, our enemy, for everything we need to sustain life in North America. Whether even if you're an Israelite, if you're an Israelite, even if you're if Slovakia, even if you're an Israelite scattered in the globe, because we're scattered all over the world. Just the bulk of us are in the Americas, North, Central Caribbean, and South. You know what I'm saying, if you're an Israelite over there, if you're an Israelite somewhere in Arabic countries, you go to the Arabic. If you're an Israelite somewhere in the country of Moab, you go to the Moabites. That's your enemy. You know what I'm saying? But your main enemy, if you're Israelite, is Esau. And Esau has his thumbprint all over the world. But let's keep reading. And in nakedness, we go to them for clothing. We go to these people for clothes. And then the crazy thing is we are so dependent on them, and we are so, how you say, we are so material. You know what I mean? To get the Louis Vuitton, the Gucci, the Dolce Gabbana. But when you do your studies, because it's out there, I wish I could pull it up. These people don't give a, they don't like your black behind, your Hispanic behind, Native American behind. They don't like you. There's quotes with these people, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, whatever. They don't like black people. They don't like Hispanic people. They don't like Native American people. They like your money though. You know what I'm saying? They know you're gonna spend that bread. Because black, Spanish, Native American, Indians, we come up with the bread when it comes time for Christmas, when the time comes down to buy product. But we don't have the bread when it comes to build a hospital. We don't have the bread when it comes to build our own farms, our own foods, our own institutions. No, because you know why? We don't have the brotherhood. We don't love each other. And you know why? That's something we adopted from the white man. That's something we adopted from slavery. You understand? The so-called, I like to call it the field and house. Well, it's not. I like to call it Slovakia. It is the house and the field nigga syndrome, the light skin, dark skin nigga syndrome. All the way when it comes down to the split between Hispanics and Native American Indians, because the white man, the oppressor, has done that, and that's the vision. You know why? You know why? Back to the book of go to the book of Psalms, chapter 83. You know what I'm saying? Make them not remember the nation of Israel. You know what I'm saying? I'm paraphrasing. Because if you renew and you remember your nation, your culture, we would separate from these people. You understand? We would separate ourselves from these people and get back to our culture. You know what I'm saying? Let that Israelite dollar circle forever. You know what I'm saying? Because we have the money. Let's keep reading Salakia. And in want of all things, because we want everything. We want the laptop I'm using right now to record. We want the flat screen TV. We want the car with the new rims. We want a desk lamp. We want candles. We want pens. Whatever it may be, something that's so minute and small, and something so grandiose. We want all things. But here's the thing, part. Here's the sad part. Here's how you know there's no love, if I may. We have our own people who do create some of these things. You understand? Who create sneakers, shoes, and all that. You understand? But we want the Louis Vuitton shoes, sneakers, the Gucci sneakers. You know what I'm saying? Even though Michael Jordan may be black, but he tells you, I made this with white people. He don't care, and that's a brother. You know what I'm saying? He don't give a damn. He cares for white interests. He don't give a damn, Michael Jordan. You understand? But the love is so down between Israel and us, you don't want to go to your own people who understands the struggle, who understands how it is when your mother can't afford the Jordan. You understand? And we make our own shoes, but we don't want it because you know why? We want all things they make. We want their Samsung. We want their PS5s. We want we want their Bugatti, their Corvettes. You understand? We want everything, but but we don't want everything we make. We want what they got because we got that mentality. The grass is green on the other side. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not. You know what I'm saying? Buy black, fall black, to be black. You know what I'm saying? And when I say black, any man in the IHU can say black, that's all 12 tribes. You understand? Because black is not a color. Black is a condition. You know what I'm saying? Black is the condition that the Hispanics went through. You understand? Black is a condition the Native American Indians go through. Black is a condition that the West Indians went through. You understand? The Haitians went through. You understand? The Brazilian man went through. The Mexican man went through. Black is condition, and we are black. You understand? You go to Africa, you tell them black, you want to take your head off. Oh, I'm not black. I'm not black. I'm from Nigeria. I'm Ghana or Senegal. He will tell you he's not black. And I'm glad he ain't black because we ain't the same. I don't stink. I don't rub my face in fecal matter. You understand? We don't. You know what I'm saying? Because we are the lost 12 tribes of Israel. Let's get back to the scriptures. Lock it. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he has destroyed thee. And that's what he's done. That's what he's doing. You understand? Right now in 2022, he had that yoke of iron, you understand, on our necks in slavery until now. And that yoke of iron has destroyed us. You understand? It destroyed us because we don't know how we're supposed to act. It destroyed us because it turned us into just living into survival. Understand? When you're trying to survive right now, when you look at Black Hispanics, Native American Indians, we've been in survival mode since day one when we even counted the oppressor. Because you know why? Esau kept his word. Esau hates Jacob. And when I say Jacob, Jacob is Israel. Israel encompasses all 12 tribes. You understand? That yoke of iron around our necks has destroyed us and has put us in survival mode. And when you're surviving, you don't care. You understand? We don't care because you know why? The brotherhood factor is out. You understand? It's all about me, mine, 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 mine. What it should be about us. Because you know why? They're killing us. They're killing us with what they put on TV. They're killing us with what they put in our food. They're killing us with the drugs. And they're literally killing us in this country. You understand? We have to understand who Esau is, who has a perpetual hatred for us. You understand? He's destroyed us. He's destroyed us spiritually and destroyed us because he's cut off our memory of being a nation of Israel, being a prince of power, being the firstborn of the Most High God. We don't know that. And I say, since we understand who this man is, if them talking about Israel in the world, Israel unlearned Israel in the world, we know that this white man is wicked and has done us together. We got to put two and two together. Why? Ask that question, Israel. Why? Why? And if why? Why does he hate me? I'm a Colombian. If you're in the world, yeah, you know the atrocities he's done to the people of Colombia. You know the atrocities he's still doing to the people of Colombia, still doing to the people of Haiti, still doing to the people of Jamaica, still doing to the people of Brazil, still doing to the African American in North America. You understand? Why? Who are you? The answer's right here. The answer's in the precepts I've been giving you since part one. You understand? And there's plenty more. Plenty more I ain't touched yet. You understand? Esau hates Jacob. You have to understand who you are, Israel. You are from the lost 12 tribes of Israel. You are Israelite. And every so-called people from Great Britain, and that nasty dog died. All dogs don't go to heaven. She was in heaven. She coming back down in chains. That nasty dog died, Elizabeth. You know what I'm saying? The Rottweiler died. The family Rottweiler died. Who gives a damn? You shouldn't give a damn because it doesn't concern you. You know why? Because she was in power, who had influence over here in America, and she didn't give a damn what was going on. She didn't give a damn for the civil rights movement. She was alive for Eric Garner. She was alive. She was alive for George Floyd. She was alive for everything that's happened to blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians since before since she was old enough to understand, and since she came to power over there in England. But the point is, all the so-called people in England, France, Germany, Portugal, Spain, Italy, Greece, Armenia, those are Edomites. Those from the seed of Esau. And you as a black Hispanic Native American may have to understand that that's your enemy. You know what I'm saying? They're from the same people who benefit off your slavery. And they don't give a damn. They don't give a damn about that. You understand? If they did give a damn, they would donate to Commander Johnny Hanai and SGPK. If they did give a damn, all of them will put their face on the ground and lick the dust off all of our boots at camp. But they don't care. They don't care. Let's get back to these scriptures. Lock it. Verse 40, lock it. Verse 49. And the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. And that's how it was with slavery. A people came out of nowhere. We didn't understand these people, and they were swift. They were quick. They waste no time when they came off their boats with their muskets and their tools, their tools of slaughter, their weapons of slaughter. They ain't waste no time. When Columbus came back the second time, you know what I'm saying? So our people in Hispaniola, though, Simeonite people, you understand? The Taino Indian over there in Hispaniola, he ain't waste no time. Ain't no talking. He took advantage of our kindness when he went over there. You understand? Just like when the conquistador went to when it went to Mexico. You know what I'm saying? Hey, they ain't waste no time. No time. Swift as an eagle. A tongue we didn't understand because we didn't understand the language it was talking to. Talking, you understand? This bastardized language called English. The same way how the Hispanic people of Mexico, Korea, Puerto Rico, Cuba, Dominican Republic, they speak the oppressor's language because we've been oppressed and enslaved. You understand? And that's the truth. Let's keep reading Salakia. Verse 50. A nation with fierce countenance, which shall not regard the persons of old, nor show favor to the young. You understand? And that's just like that bastard over there, that what he did over there in Buffalo, New York. That nasty, disgusting bastard who had military training. If you pay attention to Let It Be Known this Sunday, that comes on every Sunday from 4 p.m. to whatever, I believe it was 7 to 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. or maybe 9 p.m. Salakia, I forget. We brought out our article how the oppressor, one of them nasty, disgusting beasts, they admit that they only go to the army to be more efficient in killing God's chosen people, to kill black people. Understand? And again, black people is not just the American Negro or the Negro or the Haitian or the West Indian. That's you too, so-called Cuban man. That's you too, so-called Gadite, no Native American Indian. That's you, so-called Seminole Indian. That's you, so-called Dominican man. That's you, so-called Brazilian man, Venezuelan man, Colombian man, man from Argentina, all of South America, Central America. I mean, that's you. You're black. I mean, it's not a color thing; it's a condition thing. What we went through together. You understand? It's funny how blacks and Hispanics and black people too. They'll say this too. My great grandma, she was lost. She had all with Hispanic people. My mom caught that bull crap. You understand? But you talk about you don't hang out with each other, but your forefathers hung with each other. They hung off a goddamn tree. You know what I'm saying? We hung with each other because we hung off a tree because with that noose. So don't go give me that damn crap. Oh, they do this, they do that. We go against each other because you know what? We're cursed. The nation of Israel was split. You understand? And it's even worse because we got this goddamn dog on us, like it says right here in verse 50, in book of 28, chapter 28, Deuteronomy, a nation with fierce countenance. You understand? Fierce countenance is somebody grilling you. They have malice intentions. They don't want to see you breathe. They want to unalive you. You understand? And they don't care about your grandma, your mama. They don't care for the old. And they don't care for your baby. They show no favor to the young. You know what I'm saying? And they did that too when they used our children for alligator bait, man. I seen the pictures, man. It's disgusting. And you think these people who wear these MAGA hats, they got the same compassion? They lack slocking. They can't show that same wickedness today. If they get their way. If the Lord allows them to go back down that way. And it's crazy because the Lord just might. He just might for you to wake up, to understand that Esau kept his word and he hates your black behind, Hispanic behind, Native American behind. You understand? The Lord just might do that so you can wake up because we have to understand who the hell we are. We have to understand who we are, the chosen children of Israel. You understand? We have to understand everything that's happened to us is because we broke the commandments of the Most High God. Now we have to deal with this beast who proclaims himself to be wise, but he's a fool, man. Same man who legalizes homosexuality, and homosexuality is abomination. You understand? A lot of brothers say this in UPK, and it's coming. P is going to be a part of that damn LGBTQ transform all of my P. P is going to stand for pedophilia, man. Because these people are profane people, man. It's gonna be there. And what you gonna do, so-called black man who I ain't got no wrong with homosexuality. But when they put a P there, and now it's acceptable for a grown ass man to touch your child, your son, your daughter, what you gonna do? What are you gonna say? You got a problem now, so you got a problem with pedophilia, have a problem with homosexuality, because you know why? It stems from that. And these are the same people who under you who have who slack you, whose persecution is weighing heavy on your neck, like our brother George Floyd who died. These are the same people in power doing this. You understand? These are the same people who are power who ignore the conditions of blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians in the ghettos and the hoods. You understand? When that vaccine came out, you think they rushed? They came in the hoods. You think they came to projects of Brooklyn, projects of Harlem, Queens? You know what I'm saying? The slums of California, Texas. You know what I mean? Arizona, New Mexico. You think they came there? Florida, Georgia, Alabama, where the children of Israel live in impoverished and hellish conditions, correct, Slovakia? No, they did not. You know why? Because they have a perpetual hatred for you. They have a perpetual hatred for you, and they're going to slay you by force of the sword. You know what I'm saying? Force of the sword. And again, the sword is not, it could be the gun. It could be the pen. It could be just by ignoring your needs and your wants for basic survival. You understand? I remember one time I was walking through I'm in the world. I'm walking through the path one time from the store, a little trail. I happen to turn around. I see like two houses. Their backyards is connected because they know each other. You know what I mean? You figure. And I'll keep walking past there. And one day I ain't going nowhere for a while. I guess I had my whip, and then I didn't have my whip. I'll go through that, take that same trail. I look back. I'm like, yo, they got a garden there of food, vegetables. You know what I'm saying? Living off the land as every man has the right to do. You know what I'm saying? And one night I hear helicopters, you understand? Helicopters in the sky. You know what I mean? So I'm like, damn, what happened? You know what I mean? Come back, take that same trail, look, that garden is desolated. Nothing there. You know what I'm saying? No plant life, no vegetation. It's all gone. Because you know why? It's illegal for you to have your garden. You can't even take care of yourself in America. Because you know why? And those were black people. Israelites. You understand? Because you know why? He has a perpetual hatred for you. He don't want you to survive in America. He wants you dead, black and Hispanic, Native American man. You know what I'm saying? And I know I said this was gonna be the last of it, but I'm not done. Salakia. And with that being said, this is the ISUPK coming out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commandant General Yohana. You understand? And this is the Long Island ISUPK class. I'm Priest and Officer 50 Yahshua Miala. Shalom, Israel.